So if you've been following along with this project, and I don't know where I'm going to post this, but the transmission cooler, the line they gave you from the transmission had a 5/16 inch hose barb on it. The cooling line from the cooler was 11/32. The cooler itself had 3/8 inch outlets and inlets. So I had to go to Summit Racing and get this 3/8 inch barb, which I'm going to have to force into that hose coming out of the transmission cooler. But for now, we're going to put that on. Hopefully it's it's going to fit.
Finger tight's good, right?
No.
Maybe I'll get a wrench.
So that's one of the things we're going to do prior to putting the body back on. So while my helper is tightening that fitting on the return line, which is the top one into the transmission, I am going to show you the solution that I came up with for this breather tube that went into the air cleaner that wasn't going to go there because of the dipstick for the transmission. So what I'm going to do is put on a breather and forget about routing that to the air cleaner, and it actually turns out that breather is sucking air in, which I didn't know. So it's going into the top of the valve cover on this side, and the heck?
The grommet, let's grommet.
They gave me a grommet to put into that hole for this filter, and it has no hole.
I guess we're gonna have to make a hole.
It'll fit there nicely. I wonder if the one that came out of there will actually accept this breather.
Let's see if
I gotta open this. Okay, so we're going to install the breather. I already pushed the grommet. We cut the bottom of it off. Not very neatly, but it's off. So installing the grommet first, and the breather into the grommet.
We're gonna line that bow tie.
Line that bow tie up. So
Now get some polish and buff out all the fingerprints.
that's the one thing I do have a problem with this, all this chrome and the aluminum. It's going to be hard to keep that aluminum manifold clean.
Yeah.
But so that's a solution to that problem. I'm going to have a hole in my air cleaner, but so what? Another way for the engine to get air. That probably ought to just be removed.
Yeah.
Because it'll be another way for the engine to breathe. That's a K&N filter there where that'll get cleaned before we fire it.
It's like a filter for the filter for the breather.
Yeah. There's a filter inside that breather as well.
And that one.
Yeah. And you can't see anything that's going on here. Okay. I think tomorrow we will, I don't have the air condition or the alternator belt down here to put it on today, but
We'll get time.
I'm going to do that, and then we'll see about putting this body back on while I have a little bit of help. Todd, do you think we ought to take that protective plate off for the transmission switch or connector?
So we don't forget about it tomorrow?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's probably not too hard to take off from underneath, but just those 2 bolts there.
Just that.
Yeah.
2 bolts.
Look to be about 9/16.
See who's right.
It's a half-inch drive. We're taking off the protective plate from the transmission that was there to protect the socket where you plug in the electronic controls for the transmission.
It's only going to take the screw out if you keep it on the screw. Good, the
Okay.
bad, and the ugly, right?
Yep.
Do you need these screws?
I keep them, but I don't need them for anything. Cool. So I'm trying to fit the alternator belt. I've got it in the proper groove there and down below. And without removing the valve cover, this is what I'm looking at. So I'm guessing I need about 2 inches longer belt because this belt may be a little bit worn and it may be sitting further down in the grooves. So I've got the original belt, which is number 25-3583/7535. So I'll be able to look that up, see how long that is, and get one that's 2 inches longer.
We could go down here.
So I got a longer alternator belt. This one is 56 1/8 inches. Hopefully it will work and it'll go on to the alternator without removing the goes on, but is it too big? Okay, I guess we'd have to go 1 inch smaller. That is in the grooves, right? Yeah.
It seems like
Wow, that seems way big. Let me see this one. I think this was yes, this was the old one. And I got the size off of it, and I went what I thought was 2 inches bigger. And that seems way, 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 way big.
yeah.
Yeah, that's over 2 inches bigger.
Yeah. So this one was too short.
Try that one again. That I don't.
It's the valve cover, right? That was the problem.
Yep. I couldn't get it on. Maybe you're stronger. Well, we're not going to let that stop us from putting the body on.
Nope.
You can't get it on there first, right? It's amazing. Okay, either I screwed up on the length on that one, or I didn't get the correct length for this old one. But in either case, you know, that looks more like the air conditioning belt that was on there, which was not for the vented air. So that's not going to work. So I'll just have to put that on after the body's on.
Yeah.
I'll just lean over the fender and do it. I think that's about all we can do now before we put the body on. So let's do it.